Listen, I know that you don't like to wear shorts. I know you want to wear whatever you want in gym class, but the requirement is for every PE class, shorts, closed-toed shoes, and a t-shirt. That's the requirement. Take a look at a student who didn't want to wear shorts. He just wanted to wear pants. That's non-dress days. If you don't dress, here's the thing: if you don't dress up for PE, you don't get credit. That's basically the whole key. Take a look.
In our PE classes, students have to wear the proper gear in order to be able to participate, which is a t-shirt and shorts. Right now, I'm meeting with a student who has refused to wear shorts in PE class for the second day in a row. Cody, the referral says 2 non-dress days, 2 days in a row.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I really don't feel comfortable in shorts because I have extremely white legs. Like blindingly white.
Is it anything that maybe some lotion would help?
I doubted a good tan would probably work. I thought about going to the tanning salon, but you end up orange. So orange or white, it's not that hard of a decision.
Well, I can help you maybe get a pair of shorts that you're comfortable with, but I don't think I can help you with the tan part.
Well, just as long as they're not booty track shorts.
Booty track shorts.
Yeah.
Definitely we'll try to stay away from that. All right, Cody, I'm going to put you in school suspension for the remainder of the class period. Understand that if this happens again, I will contact your parents.
Absolutely. In the future, I'm going to start bringing my shorts because being embarrassed about my white legs isn't worth in-school suspension.
And hey, look, I get it. You don't want to wear shorts. I don't want to wear shorts. But it's a requirement. That's what common sense would tell you. How about another one?
Cheerleaders and our prom girls. Dance class is a PE class. It is basically for our cheerleaders and our prom girls. Right now, I need to meet with the student who just broke the PE dress policy. Go on in. Mr. D? Lorenzo, why are you here? Because I forgot my dance clothes. Okay. You like to dance? I like to dance. I love to dance. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the night. About me. What's your favorite dance move? A toe touch. What's that? Toe touch. Toe touch? Yeah. But I don't know what the toe touch is. Toe touch is like where you go like that. Like that. Oh, okay. I may be a big guy, but I can still break it down, show some moves. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night. What proper attire should you be wearing? It's just like normally just basketball shorts and a shirt. Forgot them because why? Well, I usually I wash my clothes every Thursday nights, and I forgot, and she just said, she expected me to wear this. So she sent you down here with the skirt. Yeah. This doesn't even fit me. It's little. It's tiny. Can I see that? Yeah. Dude, I don't think you can fit one of your feet through this thing, let alone your body. I don't know if she was being serious about wearing this skirt, but I just thought it was kind of intimidating to me because I'm a big guy, so it was making me feel like I'm fat or something. Lorenzo, you ever been in the office before? It's my first time. Then I'm gonna let you off with a warning, okay? Okay, sir. Next time, make sure you bring your proper clothes. Yes, sir. All right? After meeting with Mr. J, I felt relieved because I thought he was gonna give me something really bad, but it's my first time in the principal's office, and it's just it made me feel better. It's just a relief. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night.
Alright. Common sense alert. There's one mistake going on. He washed his clothes. He washed his gym shorts every Thursday. No. You need to wash them at the end of the week. You know, if you wash them in the middle of the week, you're basically gonna forget them. If you wash them during the weekend, then you'll have plenty of time during the weekend to wash your clothes, to wash your laundry, along with your PE clothes. When I was in junior high, we had to wear the school uniform, which is basically a spirit shirt or polo shirt. We were given the PE shorts that had the Hornets logo and the shirt saying physical education. If we didn't wear those, we would get an F. We would get a failing grade. And if we continue not dressing out, I mean, that's part of our grade. That's your participation rate. If you continue not dressing out, you're gonna end up failing PE, and you have to repeat the PE class until you decide to take it seriously, start dressing out. That's the whole point here. But a lot of times, girls will wear something to PE that's not really appropriate for them. Coming up, this student decides to wear something that's inappropriate and takes it to a whole new level of flirtation. Stay with us. Look, every woman wants to meet a guy in PE. They don't leave it to the imagination. They leave it out for the school. Take a look at this student who friggin' got dressed, who just rolled up her shorts, basically like this. Yeah, there's a sequel to this one. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. You see right here? Rolled up the shorts like this, and then you would pull the shirt down. You get I don't know. Y'all get the picture here? I think you do. Take a look.
Coach Shooter stopped by my office. Some of his girls are not dressed properly to be working out in the weight room.
A lot of times girls will wear stuff that's really not appropriate for a workout room. Sometimes it's better for me as a male teacher to get one of the female administrators to come down and have a chat with those students.
Excuse me, can I have a word with you? When I walked up to Fernanda and she's doing her little leg lifts, I'm thinking, come here, what are you doing? I realize it's PE class and everything, but the shorts are like really rolled down small and the shirt's up. What's up with that?
Well, there's a really hot guys in here, so I'm hot. Of course I'm gonna show my body. I mean, I have a nice body, you know? Nice smile.
Okay, well, I understand your mission, but too much skin showing, okay? You know, in here, you're working out, you're on machines, and sometimes you're on the weight bench and in different positions. Lunges, squats, leg lifts. Come on, Fernanda. The belly hanging out, and the shorts rolled way up. That's way too much skin. Leave something to the imagination.
You can't let teenager boys leave stuff to the imagination, you know? You gotta show them, you know? Because they're too dumb.
Can you unroll them even more and bring them down a little?
They're gonna fall. They're big on me.
Okay, but can you bring maybe some better shorts from home that...
Yeah, actually they're in my locker.
I'm just giving you a warning this time, but if Coach has to send you up again, then I'm going to have to give you detention. Just remember, you're here to work out, not just look pretty, okay?
Okay.
I completely understand where she's coming from what's going on here. But you had to wear the required, and if you saw what happened, she was not wearing the closed-toed shoes. She was wearing flip-flops. That immediately would have gotten her an F. Now, as long as on the subject of dress codes, overexposed. Throughout the past of this broadcast, we focused in on the dress codes, the back to school month, and about the broadcast. I mean, some people protest them, some YouTubers try to sit there and make videos about them breaking the dress codes around the day. There was even a skit talking about this. Take a look. Take a look at this student.
I would love to implement a uniform dress code. I think it would be so much easier to have all the kids wearing the same thing.
The reason why I'm getting called down is because I got in trouble for wearing a low-cut shirt.
What happened?
I got in trouble in the hallway because of my shirt.
Your chest was hanging out?
It wasn't that bad. This was the shirt that they had a problem with.
Oh, no. That is not gonna work here.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I see plenty wrong with it. I can see all the way down to your belly button.
Honestly, I think I look good in it. I wore the shirt because it was cute and I liked it and it was good.
I need this to be an academic environment, and that is definitely not academic. Whether you agree or disagree, it's part of the dress code in the handbook. If I see him again, I'm gonna have to bring your parents in.
Okay.
All right, off you go. Keep your shirt on. I let her know that the next time this happens, she's gonna have a sanction. I'll be calling home. She'll have some detention, and we'll have to change it in a more forceful way.
Busted. Yeah, right, busted. Alright, there is another one talking about the dress code. I mean, oh, this one. You just imagine this.
Are not just short set of two.
Can you freaking imagine, like, going to school and then all of a sudden you see gorillas? It's like, what's going on? Is this Halloween? When the school basically says no costumes, no costumes. Just take a look at this.
Dress code violations are not just short set of too short or short set of too thin. Really can be just about anything.
You've got to be kidding me. Boys. Or is it girls?
It was Mr. being naked. I said be naked, but they wanted to put the monkey suits on.
Aren't you guys like hot in there?
Yeah, I'm not wearing any pants.
Take your mask off. Why are you dressed like gorillas?
I don't see what's wrong with it. It's clothes. I'm not coming to school naked.
What happened when you left the house this morning? What did your parents say?
They were home.
They weren't home.
I told them it was costume day. When my dad told me to wear a monkey suit, I thought this is what he meant, so I went out and bought one.
You think it's funny?
Personally, I think it is.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Potential to be funnier, too.
Well, it's not against the rules to dress up like a gorilla.
It's against the rules to dress in a costume. I appreciate your sense of creativity and sense of humor. It just doesn't have a place at this high school.
Turns out monkey suits aren't good to wear to school. I guess.
I'm gonna need you to go find some clothes, get dressed appropriately so you can go about the rest of your day.
All right, can we make some phone calls to parents or whatever?
Absolutely. Let's go do that.
I know that they were just doing it to kind of get a rise out of people and to make some fun out of the day, but in the end they have to realize it was very disruptive.
Yeah, it's very disruptive to the educational process. Very disruptive. Like, well, you be sitting in class, whatever, and all of a sudden you're going. Wow. While on the subject, Spurs. You ever hearing those? I mean, those things not the San Antonio Spurs. Just take a look at this clip.
This morning, as I was watching the students, I heard a noise I recognized, and I looked up and I saw Cheyenne.
Hey, buddy.
Cheyenne's a good young man, but there's an issue that I have to deal with him on every once in a while, and that is wearing his spurs into the school building. wrong with our picture here, bud? Can you tell me?
A little late to class. This morning when Coach Lamb busted me, I said in English class, "Oh, I can't stand that crap. I can't speak it so they don't like me."
Late to class, that's one thing, but what else we got going on here? What have we talked about here, Sam?
I guess my Spurs.
You know, you've got to start taking your spurs off before you come in here.
And Coach, I just came from work this morning. I woke up 5:30 and went to Pheasant Yearlings, and then I just leave them on. I like the sound of them, and then I don't spur nobody during class or nothing like that. I just mind my own business, keep to myself, and then I go straight to work after school. I like my spurs because they jingle. I mean, it's nice, pretty sound. And
put them on when you go to work. Don't wear them in here. Lazy or not, you cannot wear them spurs in here. They're going to get somebody hurt, okay? We have a lot of cowboys at this school, and if he were allowed to wear his spurs, then everyone else would want to wear their spurs, and that would be a big-time safety issue for us in the hall. You know, that's almost like that could be considered a weapon type thing.
I can't kick nobody. Heck, I ain't even that flexible. I can't do karate. I tell you one thing, if I need to kick somebody in the head, they have to be about that tall.
You can take it and they can put that rowel between their fingers.
I'd never use spray gun fire, because if you can't knock somebody out with your fist, then why cheat about it? If you're not man enough to use what you got, why use something else? Well, sir, they're not sharp, look.
Well, it doesn't matter whether they're sharp, they're heavy and they're metal. Saying you knew the rule, you broke it, now you're going to go sign up for a lunch detention, but leave the spurs with me.
Yes, sir. Can I get them back?
Now, see me this afternoon. Yeah, I'll get back to you, but I'll have them in my office, that's for sure. But go sign up for lunch detention. You got to quit wearing them in here, bud. Okay? Thank you, sir. Get on in there and sign up for detention. Will this be the last time I deal with Shane and his spurs? I would think not. Well, them's got horse manure on them. Gee, me. It's another reason why I don't want them in here.
And it's another reason for common sense. When we return, stay with us. That's a sprinkle, isn't it? And that's a common sense alert. I'm a terrible joker. But the common sense perspective of this last clip was this. You don't wear spurs. Just because you're a flipping cowboy, they don't mean you just go click. It'll go. I don't know how. I can't even make a sound of a spur going clink, 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 clink. It's a weapon. I mean, take that between the fingers, like that. That's metal, sharp. It can hurt people. And that's common sense. If the school says you cannot have them on, you can't have them on. Even schools have dress codes that say you cannot wear boots, because boots are metal, and they can seriously hurt you. No joke. Alright, we talked about closed campus, and we talked about leaving class to go get food. Well, closed campus basically means you're not allowed to leave campus during the school day. I'll show you that clip in just a second, but this student decides, you know what, I'm fed up, I'm going to go get some food at the grocery store. Take a look.
Quickly, get out of the hall! My style of discipline is to be fair and to treat all students the same. But the kids also know that when they break the rules and do it on a consistent basis, that I'm going to be real tough. That's the sprinkler, isn't it?
The plan can be scary and intimidating. That's only if you deserve it. He's never just scary for no reason.
No way, no how are students allowed to leave campus to go to lunch in town. Now, right now, I'm going to meet with a student that left school to go eat lunch without permission, and so I've got to meet with her and find out why she did that and let her know that that's unacceptable. All right.
What'd I do this time?
Well, what do you think you did?
I'm not gonna guess.
You're not going to guess?
No, I don't want to guess wrong.
Do you think you've done more than one thing wrong?
I don't want to
guess, something that y'all don't know about.
Chrissy doesn't hide the truth. If you ask her a direct question, she will give you a direct answer. You started to leave campus to go to the grocery store.
Correct.
Correct, okay. Well, just tell me what happened, honey.
I was gonna go get some food. The lunch food's disgusting. Like, they make us, they serve, like, it looks like cat food, literally. Like, they serve nachos with the meat, and it looks like cat food. Like, something I wouldn't even feed my cat, though.
You know you're not supposed to do that, correct?
You should have somewhere where someone can sign something so you know who's leaving and who's not. Because I'd be totally down for that.
That means everybody going to run to their cars
Right.
and get to the food places, and that's a safety issue for us. We don't want anybody hurt. Have you eaten cafeteria food before?
Yeah, I
You
have.
have? Okay.
And I didn't come to school for a
And
couple of
we're
days
clear.
because
So
I
we're
was
clear.
so sick.
Okay, so we're clear. Yes, sir, instead of yeah, okay?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you have eaten and you couldn't come to school for a couple of days because you were sick?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you're certain it was cafeteria food that made you sick?
I didn't eat anything else. I had to stay home for a couple of days, and I couldn't even figure out what it was. And I thought, what did I eat? Cafeteria food. Ding ding, white blob. So I stopped eating it ever since. I'd rather starve than eat cafeteria food.
But you eat at home?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
What we're gonna do?
We'll let you work in the cafeteria to see what goes on. How's that sound?
I'm not gonna fix cat food for everybody.
You can just help them in the cafeteria and see what they do and see how they do it with what they have to work with. Is that good with you?
Not really, but okay.
Okay, well, we'll do it anyway, because I think you'll find a whole new appreciation for what goes on. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's gonna be interesting.
It sounds very interesting to me. Let's try it and see.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. And I want an assurance from you that you're not going to leave campus again.
Scouts on it.
Scouts honor? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Don't leave campus again, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Go to class, baby. I don't think she'll leave campus to eat again.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If she tells you she won't, I believe her, and I don't think she will.
I'm not gonna skip lunch again, but I'm still not gonna eat the cafeteria food because it's gross. It disgusts me. I think I'm gonna puke right now, actually thinking about it.
If you're thinking about puking during this, don't puke just yet. Don't think about puking just yet, because there is another clip about this with an unhappy meal. Now, in the clip you're about to see, these two girls decided, you know what? I'm going to get some Long John Silver's at McDonald's. But it got out of hand when they got unhappy for them when they say, you know what? I'm going to report this to the principal and let them take care of it. Take a look.
At John Marshall High School, we have a closed campus. Students cannot leave campus at any time during the school day. Today, 2 students were sent to my office because a teacher caught them walking up the hallway with McDonald's.
I'll never get in trouble, really. I'm a good student. I don't get in trouble a lot.
So, how'd you get McDonald's?
A friend bought it for me.
Okay. Who was the friend?
Don't really tell you that.
You need to tell me how all of this came about, or I can run video back and I can figure it out for myself. Now, the more work I put into it, the more different the consequence is going to be.
I don't think we should be in trouble because, I mean, we was trying to get something, we was hungry.
Tell me what drives you to this.
I don't get no food.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big girl. I want to eat like some fried chicken, red beans, neck bones, shrimps. I'm sorry, but
Right.
it's just the whole, but if I gotta get some, food here,
Right.
I'll stay. I'm big. I want to eat. I want some Long John Silver, some something. I don't need no salad, no dressing. That's nasty. I don't need that. And then the milk, it don't taste right.
As a result of your bringing food on campus illegally, you just gave me lunch.
I don't think that's right, because I want my food myself. Because if you're going to eat my food, you're going to pay me $6.
I don't think I necessarily want the French fries, but the fish, yeah, that would work.
I'm hungry. He ain't take my food like that. She paid for that, and I want to eat it.
Now, I'm going to assign both of you to Saturday school for the next 2 Saturdays. Ladies, to class.
Hey, can I have this?
That's fine.
Thanks.
I knew that taking their food would teach them a lesson because 1, they spent money and they got nothing in return. 2, I figured they'd be just a little bit hungry. Peace.
It's her fault that we got caught, so I think Alm should take all the blame and not me. Whatever. I'm about to punch in your face. Do it.
Okay. Okay. Seriously though, you never ever want to do that. If there's something that common sense has taught us, it's basically don't bring food from school. And never ever spray cream. Or lotion to others. Because what if it gets to somebody's eye? What if it gets to someone's clothing? And you never know what's going on. I mean, I would never spray something. I mean, if I sprayed something in their eyes, I mean, you don't know what they're allergic to. Take a look.
I firmly believe that everybody deserves a second chance. My students appreciate that, a little bit of leniency, and that helps me develop a relationship with them. I had a teacher inform me that I had students who were playing in the hallway with body lotion or cream. Earlier in the day, as I was walking around the building, I saw Tiffany emptying one bottle of lotion into another. Tiffany? That leads me to believe that she may have something to do with this. Mrs. Fry reported to me that someone threw some type of orange cream.
Yeah, it's mine, but I wasn't the one that did it.
Who did it?
Well, there's actually a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, do you have it with you?
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
How'd they get a hold of this?
Well, it was in, Kristen's purse. She was using it. And
She was using it?
Yeah.
When you gave this cream to Kristen, was she planning on throwing it on people, or?
Not that I know of.
Is there someone else in the gym that knows something about this?
Possibly Natalie.
All right, I need to talk to her then. Natalie, I understand that possibly you know something about the cream that I have in my hand.
Yeah.
Did you get some thrown on you?
Yeah, it's on my hoodie.
Who threw it?
Tiffany and Kristen.
Who saw them do this?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. She said that you and Kristen were the ones spraying it on people in the hallway. Somebody's definitely lying here. I think we're going to have a discussion, you and I and Kristen, in the office. So I'm going to pull Tiffany and her friend Kirsten down to my office. Somebody obviously got lotion squirted on them. It's yours. You've already admitted to that. How did it come to be on other people's clothing?
I don't know. I seriously don't, because we didn't even have it. I admit I did squirt the cream, but it didn't hit anyone. It hit a locker. I don't think that's a big deal. Unless the locker has feelings. Yeah.
Now, I did speak with your mother, and she indicated to me that you may have done this.
In previous week.
Oh, so we may have done it before.
Yeah, in the past. Yeah, we've done it often. We've done it before.
Has Kristen been involved in that?
Kind of a little bit.
Have you?
Yeah, definitely.
We're talking about people's clothing.
I didn't think about it or that.
What happens if it does get in somebody's eyes?
It's non-toxic.
Still, you don't know what people are allergic to.
I don't care if it's bad for anyone to get it on them. It's not our problem. It's not my problem.
You know, bottom line is the more time I have to spend dealing with a a situation as trivial as this, it kind of makes the situation more offensive to both me and the people who got the cream on. I am going to issue you both detention if there's any other problems at this point. And I'm talking anything. Then we go right to a Saturday school. You understand that?
Yeah.
I'm talking anything.
I probably won't even make it to detention. I have a lot of stuff to do after school.
Sometime earlier this week, sometime on Wednesday, we're going to focus in on a student who forged a letter of excuse for missing detention. And it ain't no joke either. Coming up, no pass, no play, and school threats that have happened during our back to that are going on, and what you can do during this back to school month. Stay with us. Now, when we did our Throwback Thursday, we focused in on no pass, no play. We focused in years ago when no pass, no play was if you got a failing grade, you couldn't play. Shaq had some details on this. Watch.
If you're not going to pass, you're not going to play.
And then once I started learning to become a leader, education would always pop up. What I mean by that, in the States growing up, no pass, no play. So one time in the championship game, I didn't pass. My team lost, and all my boys were mad at me. I let my boys down. We were like 15-0. We had one game left against our rivals, and we were waiting for this game, but I didn't play. They blew us out, and we had to hear that the next day in school. So I had to, concentrate on education.
If you're not going to pass, you're not going to play.
That's common sense. Kid, if you agree with this.
I failed history. I failed it with the 67. My coach at the time was going to allow me to, I don't know how he was going to swing that, but he was going to allow me to play. And my dad was like, no. And he literally went up to the school and talked to the coach and made me empty my locker and take out the pads and give them back to, like my dad did that. If he doesn't pass, he's not playing. So that's how the way my dad failed history. I failed.
That's how it is. Here's a 36-second clip and a 40-second clip. Because let me tell you this. No pass, no play is very serious. A lot of schools take it seriously. In the state of Texas, there's a law saying that all schools must require that if they don't pass, they don't play. If you fail a certain class, you don't get to play. Take a look.
Hey man, what kind of college you want to go to?
I want to go to someplace where the snow is. Colorado. What about you?
I want to go to San Houston. What about you? I want to go to UC. What about you?
I don't know, probably Harvard.
What'd you get on your last science test?
68.
That's not going to get you into a good college.
So I got soccer, doesn't matter.
So you're failing your classes and you still have soccer? You know the no pass, no play? You don't pass your class, you don't play soccer.
You may be the star player on your team, but if you don't pass your classes, you will not be able to play. The no pass, no play still exists. Make sure you keep up with your grades.
Exactly. I may have new fans out. I may have seen new people out there are going to be playing some volleyball this year and football. Everyone has to understand, if you do not pass your classes, you don't get to play sports. They're a privilege, not your right. I mean, what I've learned when I was in school was, if you if you don't pass your class or if you misbehave, paperwork comes in and you can be sent out of athletics for good. Like that. Listen, heart to heart. I never participated in athletics. I participated in Special Olympics, which was kind of like athletics, but it was different. There was no football involved. Well, yes, there was some basketball, but there was bowling and everything. But, talk to y'all. Just because you are a star player, it doesn't give you the right to say, "Ooh, I'm a star player, I'm an athlete, I can do whatever I want, and nobody can give a shit about me." Not exactly. In the state of Texas, which is the only state that has a no pass, no play law, if you do not pass your classes, you don't get to play. In the case of Shaq, he failed his classes and he didn't play. That's basically the whole key here. Let me show you from Stacey Gonzalez, who was a great expert on this. Take a look. It's like I said before, I never participated in athletics, but I know about the no pass, no play rule. And I understand how it works. Take a look.
Hey guys, it's Coach Gonzalez here. I'm going to talk to you about eligibility. So for the middle school, we go by UIL rules, and you have to be able to pass your classes in order to play because you're a student athlete first. So your grades are very important. So you have to be able to make a 70 or higher on your report card in order for you to be able to participate for sports, fine arts, so that's choir, band, orchestra, or even the academic decathlon stuff that we have that go on as well. And that has to be in every single one of your classes, that you have to make a 70 or higher. But you should be striving to make A's and B's, but you need at least a 70 or higher in order to be able to participate. So what that means is, if you fail for the 6 weeks, so if whenever your report card comes out and it is in your hands and it says that you look at all your classes and if you are failing A class or more with a 70 or the 69 or below, then you cannot play for 3 weeks. So that means that you can't ride the bus or anything. You can still go to games, but you can't sit on the bench or anything. You have to just sit in the bleachers and watch. But you are still expected to go to practice and be able to still participate that way, because when the report cards come out in 3 weeks later, and if you are passing all your classes, not just the class that you failed, but you have to be passing every single one of your classes with a 70 or higher, then you're able to be able to participate again. So that's why we ask that you still come to practice, because if you are passing on your report or your progress report, then you're able to start playing again. But not that day. You have to wait until Friday. So eligibility goes from Friday to Friday of those 3 weeks. But if you fail again, so let's say your progress report comes out and then you didn't pass one of your classes, I'll go over that here in a second, but this only pertains to the ones who have failed for the 6 weeks prior to that progress report coming out. If you failed on your progress report but you didn't fail on your report card, then you're okay. And remember, progress reports only help you, they don't hurt you. So the following, let's say you failed that progress report and you're still failing in class and you sit out another 3 weeks. So then that means you'll be out a total of 6 weeks. And by that time, you're still asked to come to practice, but by that time your sport is probably over and you've missed the whole season, because the seasons are shortened this year with COVID. So a recap of everything is, you have to pass all your classes, all of them, with a 70 or higher in order to be able to still participate in sports or whatever UIL event that you are in. So if when your report card comes out and you fail one class or more, then you are ineligible and you have to sit out 3 weeks. And you have to wait until your progress report comes out. And when your progress report comes out, and if you are passing a class, then you're good to go and you can play again. If you're failing a class, you have to sit out another 3 weeks and wait till your report card comes, and then you have to be passing all your classes then. And if you are, then maybe you can play or your season may be done, or you'll have to wait again until another progress report comes out, and then by that time it's probably a new sport. So remember, it is only for ones who are failing for the no pass, no play for the progress report, which we'll explain to you again as the season goes along. But progress reports are only there to help you, not hurt you, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you now get the picture here? If you didn't get the picture here, basically, if you fail English, if you fail math, if you fail science, if you can't just be failing just one class. It has to be one. It has to be a lot of classes. If you fail a lot of classes, you don't get to play. You don't get to play baseball, basketball, football. Every extracurricular activity is a privilege, not your right. Oh yeah, okay, yes, we pay taxes for uniform and all that stuff. But the law still says you know, as a matter of fact, up here, there's an issue. Let me look up the no pass, no play. I'm gonna put up here, because some of you may not understand no pass, no play. The only state that has the law of the no pass, no play is Texas. Let me zoom in up here so that y'all can see. And the rules stipulates that Texas public school students who participate in extracurricular activities must achieve a pass grade of 70 or higher, 60% or higher in advanced placement, pre-AP, or GT in order to qualify to continue participating in extracurricular activities such as athletics, band, orchestra. Those are extracurricular activities, and this right here indicates what needs to go on. So if you don't have a 70%, you need to make sure. You got to make sure you pass all your classes. C is an average. B is great. I mean, A is good. I mean, I've once had an F. I mean, I've learned when I was in school and I had some failing grades, I had to learn to push harder. I had to push myself harder and harder to get everything together here. Because in life, when you're at work, you've got to get it together. You can't be sitting up here. I mean, you're here to work. You're not here to play. And according to UILTexas.org, they have eligibility. It's for the first 6 weeks, the semester grades. When students are enrolled in accelerated classes, which grant the opportunity to earn credit during 9 school weeks, and the school uses a 9-week grading period, considers the semester to be 9 weeks in length, eligibility may be determined by the cumulative report grade for the 9 weeks. Since the 9 weeks also constitutes a grading period, or schools may use cumulative grade up to the final exam. That's what semester grades. Now for UIL, students beginning in grades 9 and below must have been promoted from the previous grade prior to the beginning of the current school year. Students beginning their career the second year of high school must have earned 5 credits. Third year, 10 credits. Fourth year, 10 credits. Fourth year is 15 credits total. Exemptions are for migrant students, high school students transferring out of state areas for the first 6 weeks. That's basically for all UIL students. So, yeah, when you're looking at people who have failing grades, it's basically common sense analogy that just tells you, hey, I gotta step up to the plate, get all my crap together, pass my classes, and do what's asked of me. I mean, what is this? The senioritis effect going on over here? As a matter of fact, it's a myth that always happens. We're going to have that for you in a different episode. Talking about senioritis here. But when we come back, the issue of threats. Look, I know that you're saying you shouldn't be telling people not to make a threat. I'm not telling them. I'm basically saying do not do unless you want to sit, unless your ass wants to go to jail. Stay with us. One of the main issues we're back to school month is safety. I hate when kids make threats, find ways to get out of school. But banking sick is just one of those the parents will find out. But school threats is just something that I hate. Hate so much that I want to see parents pay the police department a lot of money for wasting time. You don't believe a damn word I say? Take a damn look.
Charlie Langton joins us now. Charlie, not only are these threats incredibly disruptive, they're scary, and it's just not good news for the kids and their futures if they do this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's really bad. I'll tell you what, just today alone, we've had threats in Taylor. In fact, the one in Taylor, some kid posted a picture of a gun and said that he was going to shoot the head off the principal. Of course, those schools in Taylor closed. Redford, out. South Lyon East High School, a lockdown because of a threat in the bathroom. And then South Lake School in St. Clair Shores, another threat. Well, Macomb County prosecutor Pete Lucido, he's got an idea to end school threats, in part by making parents pay. Take a look.
Talk to your kids and said, don't you dare make me pay for something so stupid as this.
Macomb County prosecutor Pete Lucido says he's prosecuted 50 school threats this year, a 50% increase from last year. And he's emphasizing now that students should call this number if they see a threat.
855-565-2729. Okay to say.
And what do you want the students to do?
I want the students to call because they are the first line defense as it relates to their own class, their own selves.
Well, Lucido has a 1-2 punch to end school threats. First, have the students call the okay to say number. But next, make the parents pay for the criminal acts of their kids. If a kid makes a joke, they send something on social media, I'm going to blow up the school, whatever, and they get caught. You're telling me that the parents are going to pay?
You got it.
It could be thousands of dollars.
You know what? Tell your students right now, your children, you have an obligation to go ahead and take care of your kids, but you also have an obligation for those acts that go ahead and have consequences of paying back the cities, the townships, and the villages for all of this excess that other parents shouldn't be paying. It's your child. You have the responsibility. Make sure you do your job as a parent.
All right, so you could be charged with a number of crimes. The biggest one would be making a threat of terrorism that is a 20-year felony. So,
right.
we were talking about
discussing this, and this is the problem that has been on the books for years. However, in this state, even if you charge them with this felony, we don't have any right now currently that's been taken to that level. That's all been plugged down. If you charge a child who has made a threat or makes a false threat, don't you think that's going to set an example for these other children who keep doing this if they finally do this and take it to the level of punishment where really right now it deserves to be?
So you're talking about maybe a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid. So yes, if you want to go through the criminal system and have the criminal felony on the record, yes, I guess you can do that. Most times in the juvenile system, it's kind of a system where you want to teach them a lesson. It's not really a criminal per se. It's a system where you want to get help.
Sure.
And the family needs help. The parents need help. Everyone needs services they can give them. So maybe the kid needs counseling. Maybe the kid has to be told right from wrong. Maybe the kid does have to go to Children's Village in Oakland County for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
But if you see your friend being charged with a 20-year felony and as an adult and possibly spending that time in bars, it might change your mind about
they usually charge them. They usually do charge, but then yes, they can plead down. They can go through the juvenile system. There's another thing. There's another thing Lucido wants to talk about. It's called the Hero Award. So a Hero Award is an award given to the school, not the kid that calls the number to report. It's to the school. So everything is anonymous, and I know that he wants to emphasize that. Something's got to be done. We had 4 today, and I know we had every day there's all 3 counties.
In the pocketbook, Lucido said may actually start getting people to start.
But that's tough because some parents can't even pay for their kids' lunch. I mean, how can you do that?
Well,
that's a tough situation.
Let's see how many convictions and how much they are going to be charged.
Something needs to be done.
Something's going to happen.
Sure.
Right.
Thanks, Charlie.
And so the damn rule needs to be done. Let me tell you, you're damn right something damn rule needs to be done. Talk to your kids. Parents need to pay. They need to pay. This clip represents it all. I mean, if I made a threat, my mom would pay like thousands of dollars. Well, talk to the kids. It's that simple. It's like, Where's the common sense? Where's the whole common sense about this? Where is the fucking common sense? If there was no common sense here, I would have created a show 6 years ago. Common sense. Common sense alert. There was the answer right there. Prosecutor, parents to be punished for showing school threats. That prosecutor was right. It needs to happen not just in that state, but in every other state. Every state. There's the solution. And if you don't believe what happened, if you don't believe me, Florida had the example of a state statute. That's coming up. Stay with us. Alright, here's one of our classics. Do you remember Donald Barnhart? Donald Barnhart was the kid who was arrested for making a terroristic threat. But going back to our previous video that we talked about parents being charged, it needs to happen not just in that state, but in Florida also. Florida has a state statute where you cannot make a terroristic threat to a school. Take a look.
Barnhart vows to... I, Dalton Barnhart, vow to bring my father's M15 to school and kill 7 people. And Falcon Warrior 920? Who's that? Yeah. Go ahead and turn around. Put your hands on your back. He's under arrest currently for making a threat to cause a mass shooting / act of terrorism.
Cause a mass shooting?
Yes. He made a statement, a threat, a written threat to plan to carry out a mass shooting.
But he's just a little kid playing a video game.
And all these kids keep getting arrested. And that's why the FBI and the local law enforcement is spending so much time. Because how do we know he's not going to be the kid from Parkland? He's not going to be the next kid, the kid that shot up Sandy Hook. We don't know that. So when you will draw the attention to you by making these statements as they may be jokes, I mean, I wouldn't expect the kid to go, yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm going to go shoot everybody up. No, when we're caught, it's a joke. I didn't mean it. It's a joke. So that's when you're caught.
But these games, these kids say stuff like that all the time. It is a joke to them. It's a game.
Guess what
wrong.
my time in law enforcement is spent doing? Is arresting these kids for making these statements all the time and for stopping acts too as well.
Okay.
So that's what our job is to make contact, because these kids think it is a game or a joke, so they go ahead and make these comments.
But it's just a comment, so how is there an arrest?
There's a Florida state statute that says you cannot make a written threat to cause a mass shooting, act, or kill or harm anybody else. The legislature has chosen to
Well, he didn't cause or act or do anything, though.
He made the statement too.
It's a written statement.
It's a written statement. It's a written threat to kill or to make a mass shooting or act of terror. So if I get on there and say, I pledge ISIS and I'm going to blow everybody up, that's the same charge as, you know what, man, I'm fed up. I'm going to go to school tomorrow and shoot up my school. So he'll be going to DJJ.
What's that?
The juvenile jail. He'll be placed in there for several days. And we're going to go from there. The charge is a felony. It might be a second or third degree. I have to double check, because a written threat to harm somebody is a third degree felony. Second degree is when you involve a mass shooting in school or an act of terror.
He's a little boy. He didn't do anything wrong. Yes, he's 15. He's still a little boy, and he's not one of the crazy people out there doing stuff.
Okay, what he did.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be treated as though he is a terrorist or something because he made a silly statement on a stupid video game.
Well, in the world where schools and kids are going to school learning, they're getting shot and killed because people...
I understand that, but at the same token, I mean, you have to look at things case by case too. I mean, he's not that person.
Do you own a gun?
I have a gun, yes.
Okay, so he has hands and feet. He can grab your gun and go do something.
He would never do anything like that anyway.
We don't know.
No, but I know.
Most parents have it, ma'am. We're going to take him. He's going to go to our operations center, and we will go from there. But this is where we're at. This is the world we live in, where people think it's funny to say, I'm going to go kill people at school.
Well, he's not people. He's a child.
Okay.
There's a difference. He's playing a video game, and he's a boy.
And that's why he'll be charged as a juvenile.
unfortunately, these days and age, this is what happens. Kids get on these things and they say this, and parents say, it's not my son, and then it might not be your son, but
I know it's
unfortunately,
not my son.
somebody's son does, and then this is the world we're in, where kids are getting shot at school, where they're trying to learn. And
I understand that.
Unfortunately, we can't take risks, and we can't say, all right, we trust that this guy's not going to do it, and then it happens, and then we say, well, we had the chance
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, this is not my son. My son and I are like this, and it's just us husband, and it's not my son. He's a little boy still.
Is this a situation? I know you're emotional.
He's high intellect and smart mouth.
Well, that's
And
what
you know
got
what? The grown-ups on these games goad them into these things, which is what happened.
You need a roof over your head, food, and water. He doesn't need the games.
That's right, he doesn't.
You should take those away because these adults that are influencing may have done that in the past, but guess what? They're not in trouble today. He is because he made those statements. We can't put on what they've said in the past to give him justification why he said what he said, man. He made the charge. He's going to face the consequences. Right? Let's go. Thank you.
Ma'am, can I have you first? I need your last name.
Alright. Now, our common sense needs to start telling you never to do those things. Like that. Don Martin's mom should have just paid the police a lot of money. You may ask, well, wouldn't that be a bribe? No. It'd be like this video right here, this previously like we showed you. I mean, the Hero Awards. If they hadn't come up with that before this, those anonymous the school would make out in those Hero Awards. That's the whole key here. And Don Barher, he needs to understand that actions have consequences. And people may think, oh, it's a joke to go shoot up a school, which is not a joke. I wouldn't even threaten to go shoot up my old school, and if I did, I would have been arrested and sent to jail. I never would do that. I never make a threat. But if I did, I would sit in jail 24 hours a day doing nothing. Sitting in jail doing nothing. I would do community services as punishment. I would have to sit in jail. But there's things that we have to learn that part of growing up is doing what you don't want to do. That's what part of growing up is all about, is doing what you don't want to do. That's the whole key here. Basically, I don't care if you don't like going to school. I don't care if you like your teacher. Suck it up. Deal with it. Get it together. That's the whole key here. That's Give Me a Break for now. Join all of us at YouTube next time for another edition of Give Me a Break. Have a good night.